Hello everyone, and welcome back to TechBlock. Today's video is brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN keeps your data safe by allowing you to surf the web anonymously, keep your location private, and make sure all your online activity is encrypted, so not even your ISP can spy on you. They have over 5,100 super fast servers in 62 different countries, and NordVPN works on almost any device too. Windows, macOS, they have iOS and Android apps as well, so make sure your phone stays protected online as well when you surf on the web. Begin taking your online privacy a lot more seriously today by heading over to nordvpn.org/techblock, or just pressing the first link in the video description to get a whopping 75% off their 3-year plan. That's nordvpn.org/techblock, and if you use code TechBlock at checkout, they'll know I sent you and they'll give you an extra month for free. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a full setup tour of this setup behind us here. This has been my YouTube studio, my YouTube setup for many years now. Always been evolving, always been changing every few months, every few years. It's always been changing basically. So this is now coming to an end, this entire chapter of the life of M, I guess. It's all coming to an end. This entire setup will be disassembled in the coming week. So we're going to be making a full setup tour, the final setup tour for this room before we make a new setup in the new apartment. As if you've not been keeping up with any of the videos I've been posting lately, I've moved apartments. However, the setup is still in this other apartment. So we're going to be moving this setup over probably in the next week or so. The weather has been really bad lately, so I literally can't move anything, because by the time I get it from here into my car and then into the new apartment, I don't think any of the electronics is going to work anymore. So I'm going to wait until the weather gets a little bit better and it stops raining. Then we'll move the whole setup over. But let's go over everything we have in the setup. Everything in today's video will be down below in the description. Literally everything, the desks, the chair, all the peripherals, the PC components. I'm going to try to leave as many links as I possibly can down below for you. So if you see anything that you like, if you want to pick up any of the products featured today, you can do. All the links are down below in the description. With all that said, let's get started. Let's go over like all of the LED lights in here. So up on the wall here, we have some Nanoleaf Aurora light panels. I think we have a total of around 15 Nanoleaf Aurora light panels here, as well as the music rhythm thingy. So whenever we speak now, it's going to react. Boom, hello. Yeah, so we have like the whole rhythm module thing. Then if we press this button, it will go into, it's nice wave effect and stuff. It'll cycle through a bunch of colors for us. These are insanely expensive, but they are a one-of-a-kind product. The app is really good, works with Amazon Echo, Google Home, Apple HomeKit, supports pretty much everything, if this, then that, all that good stuff. So you can get super creative with all the lighting effects and stuff. It's genuinely an awesome product. Very expensive, but really good. As for all the other bits of lighting around the setup, we have a subwoofer over there and a Philips Hue LED strip. So we have a 2-meter one still in its roll behind the Sound BlasterX Katana subwoofer. If you're wondering what on earth we have for sound in the setup, we have the Sound BlasterX Katana RGB soundbar. As you can see, there are a few LED lights beneath the soundbar there. So very high quality sound. It's actually quite inexpensive. It's I think around £250 for the soundbar. You get an awesome subwoofer. This system here is insanely loud. I'm almost certain I'm going to be picking up that exact same system for my living room to put beneath my TV in the new apartment, as I've been using this soundbar for I think coming up to 2 years now. Love the sound quality. The subwoofer is insane. And it's loud as hell for the size of this little guy. Getting back to all the LED lighting stuff though, we have a few LED lights behind the actual main monitor here. So we have Philips Hue Play LED light bars. Right, so we have one there set to green, that one set to like a cyan, and then that set to like a blue. So 3 Philips Hue LED play bars all behind this monitor here. This is the BenQ EX3501R. It's a 3440 by 1440 HDR monitor, supports AMD FreeSync, has a bunch of cool features. It's 100 Hertz, so it's pretty decent for gaming. It's a 35-inch ultra-wide pretty much. Very happy with the monitor. By far the best one I've ever had in my life. And even the bezels are like pretty damn thin too. Just a really nice monitor. Absolutely wonderful for gaming as well as video editing. As video editing on an ultra-wide is just beautiful. I can have like my entire Adobe Premiere timeline stretched across the entire monitor. It just makes life so much better. So that's the monitor. And as for the other two, we have 2 more monitors here from Asus. So that one there is the Asus VN247HA. It's a 1920 by 1080p, 1 millisecond VA panel, 60 Hertz. Nothing really fancy about it. Oh, and speaking of it being a VA panel, this monitor, the middle one, is also a VA panel. So all VA panels, all, you know, the same panel technology, so all the colors look pretty much the same across all the monitors here, which is a good thing. You know, you don't really want a TN panel, an IPS panel, and a VA panel. If you'd have all three different type of panels for your monitors, things would look slightly different on each one of them, which would not be ideal. So luckily we have all identical panel technology, but ideally for the outer two monitors, I need to upgrade them to 27-inch 2560 by 1440p, probably 100 Hz as well, or 144 Hz, something along those specs. And I think I found an MSI one that I'll be picking up sometime in the near future. Well, picking two of them up and then, you know, replacing both of these Asus monitors with some better ones. But that's pretty much it for like my monitors. That's what they are. That's their specs. They're pretty good, at least the middle one is. Would highly recommend that one. Massive shout out to BenQ for actually sending out this monitor. It's wonderful. Been using it for many, many months now. Got no plans on changing to anything different. This is a fantastic monitor. As for all the other things on my desk here, we have a lot of devices here, as you can probably see, and a lot of Razer gear. So beginning with this little guy, we have a Razer wireless charger. Now you may be wondering, what is so special about this wireless charger? Well, let me demonstrate. If I put my phone on there you go, it'll go green to be like, hey, I'm charging. You see that? RGB. So it's an RGB phone charger. It costs a stupid amount, but it's kind of cool. There is an issue with it though. It does not sync up with Razer Chroma. I wish it did for the freaking price you pay for this thing. Ideally, you know, you kind of want this thing to sync up to the rest of your peripherals, but it doesn't. It just has an app on your phone that you control the LED lighting effects with, which is still cool. But ideally, you'd want everything to kind of sync up. So that's the wireless charger there. It's pretty dope. Beside it, we have a wonderful piece of kit here. I get questions about this guy all the freaking time. It's the Elgato Stream Deck. However, I'm not a streamer. I never stream on Twitch, I never stream on YouTube, I don't stream on anywhere. But this little device here has pretty much become like a staple in my setup. Allow me to demonstrate why, I guess. If I go into Adobe Premiere, it'll automatically switch to my Adobe Premiere profile. I have profiles for Photoshop, Audacity. As you can see there, just switched because Adobe Premiere is now open. So we have a bunch of stuff here. I can sync, I can paste attributes, link, audio transitions, video transitions, nest, group, just a bunch of little quick shortcuts, quick macros that make video editing so much faster. Like, I can't imagine editing a video without this little Elgato Stream Deck. Like, it saves me so much time because of all the macros and stuff I've set up. It's just wonderful. It's genuinely like probably one of my favorite pieces of tech that I've bought in the last like year or so. You can seriously program just about anything you want on this little Elgato Stream Deck. It can display your CPU usage. It can have GIFs on there. Like, it can do a million things for streamers as well, but I'm not a streamer. I'm just like use it for shortcuts and opening up YouTube. So I've got like comments, I've got real-time views, I've got, you know, my YouTube channel, my sub feed. So I just press a button and the web page opens up. If I need Twitter, boom, I press on Twitter and Twitter comes up. So genuinely one of the best pieces of tech in my setup. Absolutely love it. Like, I would even recommend that Stream Deck to people who aren't YouTubers, who aren't streamers, just to use it as like a little macro pad, I guess, or just use it to open up like a game, web browsers for you, just programs. It's just a really good piece of kit. Would highly recommend it. I could talk about this little Stream Deck for hours, honestly. It's the best. Moving on though, we have my keyboard here. This is the Razer Huntsman Elite. I'm going to be saying Razer a lot in this video. So yeah, this one here is pretty dope. We can adjust the volume. With this little volume wheel here, we can press it, that'll mute it. As you can see on my soundbar there, pretty much says everything, so we can adjust the volume and stuff, dude. It's pretty sick. This keyboard also can be programmed to like Adobe Premiere and stuff, so we switch over to my Adobe Premiere profile. Using this little dial, I can zoom in and out of my timeline, I can scroll through my timeline. You can do so freaking much with this wheel, and once again, very, very glad I have this in my setup, as makes video editing so much easier, so much more fun, as you can kind of, you know, scroll through things and stuff. It's just real nice. Would highly recommend this keyboard. I can even do like a little sound test for you, I guess, as this does have Razer's very unique optomechanical purple switches, which in my opinion feel the best and sound the best out of any of their switches. Even though I've only tried two of them, the Razer Greens and these. And personally, I much prefer Razer's purple optomechanical switches over their green standard mechanical switches. Here's a sound test anyway. So there's a little sound test for you. In my opinion, the keyboard sounds great. It's definitely on the louder side, and some of you may be interested to know that the keys on this keyboard have a 45-gram actuation force, which in my opinion just feels lovely. Very, very nice to type on and to game on, of course. Moving on to my mouse though, this here is the Razer Mamba HyperFlux mouse. paired with the Razer Firefly HyperFlux mouse mat. This is a wireless charging mouse mat. This is a wireless charging mouse. The mouse has no battery. It's charged wirelessly through the mouse mat at all times. That's it really. It's freaking wonderful. It's a wireless mouse that pretty much never needs to be charged. That's how I pretty much think of it. And I've had this mouse in my setup for over 2 years now. No plans on switching to anything else, as I like wireless mice, especially wireless mice that never need to be charged. So I'm very happy with this mouse. It's sick, man. And speaking of mouses and mouse mats and stuff, we have a mouse mat sitting on top of another mouse mat. So the bottom mouse mat that has my keyboard and other mouse mat on top of it, that's the Razer Goliathus Extended Chroma. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yes, we have a mouse mat sitting on top of a mouse mat. It's crazy up in here. But as for how I've cable managed all of these devices on the desk here, as you can probably guess, there's a hole drilled in the bottom of the desk here. So all of these devices, you know, everything here kind of goes into that hole. But as for the mouse and mouse mat combo, the mouse mat wire goes directly into its own dedicated hole below there. So as you can see beneath the desk, we have the little hole there where all the keyboard wires come out of, and then over there we have the other hole for where the mouse mat wire comes out of. Moving on, we have an Amazon Echo Spot. This is pretty much an Amazon ELAXA, but it has a cool screen as well as a pretty dope skin that I made myself in Photoshop. It says Tech Block, it says Razer because RGB, and we have a lot of Razer gear in the setup. So that's that. It's pretty dope, link in description of course. And as for this device here, this is a kind of like a collectible piece, I guess, from Razer. As you can kind of see there, there's a Razer logo. And if you haven't guessed already, this is the Razer Chroma mug holder. And we do also have the Razer Chroma mug over in the other setup there. So we have this Razer Chroma mug. Once you put it onto the mug holder, boom, that thing goes RGB. That's the way it's been programmed in Razer Synapse 2. Pretty dope stuff, right? So that's my Razer Chroma mug holder. It's a very rare item, but it happens to be a part of my setup. Moving on for my headphones as well as the headset stand, this is once again from Razer. This is also from Razer. We have the Razer Nari Ultimate headset here with its whole like HyperSense technology built in. Probably one of the coolest headphones I've tried in a very long time. Listening to music on these is quite the experience as well because of the, you know, crazy vibrating motors in there thanks to Razer HyperSense. And this headset is sitting on top of the Razer base station Chroma headset stand. Pretty cool stuff. You get 3 USB 3.0 ports here, and the headset dongle is plugged into the headset stand. So that's pretty much all my peripherals covered there and everything else. As for something else I forgot to mention, we have monitor arms for the outer 2 monitors. These are both from Bestek, and these monitor arms are clamped onto the desk all the way like over there, if you can kind of see that. So we have the exact same monitor arms, and if we go below the setup here, we have one monitor arm there, another one there, and then a bunch of other stuff below the setups. So let's go ahead and quickly cover what the hell's going on beneath this desk. So we have a UHS-2 full-size SD card reader, basically a super fast USB Type-C SD card reader. And then beside it, we have 2 micro SD card readers here as well. Both of these micro SD card readers are plugged into this USB 3.0 hub beneath this desk. This, of course, goes all the way into the back of my PC. They're over there. We'll get to the PC specs later on. We have a smart power strip over there. The sockets on this power strip can be controlled individually through an app on my phone or my Amazon Echo. So we can turn off each individual monitor using my Amazon Echo if we want to, which is pretty dope, as that's what this power strip is used for. It's used to power all 3 of my monitors. Moving on, we have all of the cables coming out of the hole drilled in my desk. It's like my keyboard wire, my Elgato Stream Deck, all that good stuff comes out of through there. Moving on, we have the hole drilled in my desk for my keyboard wire, my Elgato Stream Deck, Razer wireless charger. All that good stuff comes out of there and then goes either into the back of my PC or to be powered elsewhere. We have a Philips Hue motion sensor beneath the desk as well, as we have Philips Hue LED light strips literally everywhere. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention, but we have a full Philips Hue LED light strip going around the entire perimeter of the desk here. So, and it's kind of fallen off here for some reason. I don't know how this has happened, but yeah, that's a Philips Hue LED light strip. I think the adhesive's kind of peeled off, so I think that needs to be sorted out at some point. Anyway, as we keep going further and further into this cable management disaster back here, things begin to probably look very hectic. That's because there's a lot of devices beneath the setup. We have another USB 3.0 hub beneath the desk there that powers on a few devices as well as a 6-socket power strip here as well that powers most of the other things in the setup. So yeah, there's kind of a lot going on back here. Even at like this angle, things are pretty darn well cable managed, nicely like clamped together and all. So at least one thing that's kind of gone well here is that the cable management's pretty darn good in terms of, you know, all the cables being hidden away. But I feel like you could definitely be quite a bit better. Maybe there's just kind of too much stuff going on in this setup at this point. Maybe that's why there's kind of like a cable management mess back here. As for my microphone, as I do get questions about this guy every now and again. This is the Audio-Technica AT2020. There's like a very cheap pop filter on this microphone. The microphone itself is mounted onto a shock mount arm. Then there's like a little boom arm here that's clamped onto my actual tabletop. So it's a very cheap microphone setup. It's a microphone that I don't really use anymore. I only use this little Rode mic that I have clipped onto me. So yeah, there's this mic. I don't really know why it's in my setup. I don't think it'll be in my new setup, as to be honest, I never really use it. And that's pretty much it, I think, for everything here. I think we covered everything. Let's get to the PC. Right, so as for this PC, Cooler Master sponsored so many of the components in this new build. In fact, this entire build is not even done yet, as we still have the plastic film on the side panel. As this build will be finished up, I think, in the coming weeks. So it's not entirely done yet. We're going to be replacing that graphics card with something else. That's when the build will be done. But all the components here are sitting inside of the Cooler Master MB500 PC case, I think, in red. I'm pretty sure that's what the PC case is called. If I'm wrong, there's a link down below in the description to all of the components in this PC. But we have some very, very cool addressable RGB fans from Cooler Master in here as well. We have 3 of them there, and then 3 of them as an exhaust, 2 of them being mounted up there onto an all-in-one liquid cooler radiator, that being the Phantom Gaming one from Cooler Master. Super cool stuff. We also have 32 gigabytes of HyperFlux Predator RGB RAM running at 3200 megahertz. As for the motherboard though, this is the Asus ROG X470 Crosshair 7 Hero, I believe it's called. And then our CPU is the Ryzen 7 2700X. I think overclocked to around 4.1 gigahertz on all cores, so it's pretty decent. For the graphics card, we have an RTX 2060 from NVIDIA that will be replaced sometime soon with either an RX Vega 64 from Asus or a different card entirely from NVIDIA. And then back here at the bottom, you can kind of just see there we have a 10 gigabit network card, and that network card is connected to our server, which is over there. And then we have an entirely different setup over here as well. So if you want to go watch my dedicated video about this setup tour, press the card on the screen now and you can watch that one. But back to this PC though. As for storage, we have some amazing NVMe storage in this build. ADATA XPG hooked me up with 2 terabytes of insanely quick NVMe storage. So we have a total of 2 M.2 drives in that PC build, both of them being 1 terabytes each, but 2 terabytes in total. Those drives are insanely quick. This PC boots up, shuts down so goddamn fast thanks to those drives. It's beautiful. Apart from that though, that's pretty much all of the components. Ooh, the power supply. That's also from Cooler Master, of course, as they pretty much sponsored like the entire freaking build, man. It's their V850 Platinum power supply. It's an 850 watt Cooler Master power supply. Beautiful bit of kit, fully modular. It's awesome. So that's pretty much like all of the PC parts in the build. We have some custom sleeve cables in there as well from Shakmods. I think they're kind of like a local company here in the UK that make a bunch of real good, really well priced cables. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the PC build, man. Not quite finished yet, but we will be finishing up that build sometime in the very near future. And as you can kind of see in the background there, the mug, or the Razer Chroma mug holder, is currently flashing away to remind us to drink some water or whatever liquid happens to be in this container right here. That's most of the setup covered there. But as for our chair, we have the GT Omega Elite in black and white. It's beautiful. I like the whole contrast and stuff, and I kind of feel like it fits in quite nicely into this setup as well. I'm a fan. It's a pretty comfortable chair too. It's pretty good. So that's our chair here. Oh, by the way, link in description to GT Omega's website. If you use code TechBlock5, you get 5% off any GT Omega products. So be sure to use the discount code TechBlock5 in case you want to go pick up anything from GT Omega. You're welcome. And then finally, I think we should probably cover what desks we have in the setup. So over here, we have the IKEA LINNMON in black and brown with the black IKEA Adults legs. So this one here is the 120 by 60 centimeter IKEA LINNMON desk, link in description. And then as for the main one, this is a 200 by 60 centimeter, also IKEA LINNMON desk in black brown, paired with IKEA Adults legs, as well as a gray IKEA Alex drawer. And I'm pretty certain that covers everything in the setup. So thank you all so much for watching. Links are down below in the description to everything featured today. I'm going to be doing a full room tour as well in the next couple of videos, as well as going over all of these smart home tech. So I think I'm going to be posting a total of like 3 or 4 more videos in this room, and that'll be it. That'll be the last time you see the setup. And then finally, I'll probably post a video in the next week or so where we disassemble this entire setup and move it over to the new apartment where we build a brand new one on a brand new desk, brand new PC case. It's going to be a good time. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel. It means the world to me. I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, where we pretty much start a brand new chapter, make a brand new setup in a brand new room, brand new apartment. It's going to be sick, man. So I've probably said thanks for watching like a million times already, but thanks for watching. Links are down below in the description. Hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.